I'm going to give you guys the step-by-step actions that you need to take to actually start your first business. I remember when I started my first business, I was 13 or 14 years old, and I had really no clue what I was supposed to do. I didn't know anything about licenses or, doing business, what a DBA was, or what the difference was between an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp. This lecture in particular is going to teach you guys the first 5 to 7 steps that you need to take to actually get your first business off the ground. There's no secret sauce to actually building your own company. There's no secret sauce to making $1 million. But there are practical steps that you can take so that you have a higher chance of eventually reaching those goals. Cut the bullshit. There's plenty of people who are on YouTube telling you about, overnight strategies to make $1 million. There is no such fucking thing as making $1 million overnight. It's just not practical, and it's not how life works, okay? So that's the harsh reality. I think what people need to understand is that entrepreneurship is not about, buying a yacht, or driving a fat car, or buying a nice watch. That's not what it's about. It's about working 120 hours a week, or fucking 140. I don't even know how many hours are in a week, but working double your 9 to 5 so that you can create a life in 3 to 5 years or longer, that you want to live. The first step that you guys need to take, let's say you have a business idea in mind, let's call it, XYZ Corporation. The first step you guys are going to need to take, and this is a practical step, okay? It doesn't matter if you're going to work on the business for 5 hours a week or for 100 hours a week. The first practical step is to go out and get a business license, okay? You guys might not know anything about a business license, but what you need to do is go to your local county clerk or city hall. The first step is acquiring a business license, and you can easily figure out how to do that just by going online. It's not that complicated. And the next step is filing a DBA, so getting your doing business as. Now, once you actually have your DBA and your business license, if you're selling a product, let's say you're in California and you're selling a product, you need to get what's called a seller's permit. You can actually apply for it online, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to answer a bunch of questions in terms of, what product you're selling, where you're selling it. If you're dealing with tobacco-related products or alcohol-related products, these are all things that you need to disclose when you get your seller's permit. Now, once you're dealing with wholesalers, let's say, you're selling furniture in California and you need to buy certain materials from a supplier in Japan. You're going to use what's called the seller's permit number, and you're going to be giving this number out to your wholesalers or whoever you're working with, so that they know that you're a business and not just an individual trying to buy wholesale, okay? So you need to make sure that you have those numbers. People in the future while you're operating are going to ask you, do you have a seller's permit? And you don't want to get into any legal complications in the future. Let's say if you have a deal, but then they find out that you don't have a seller's permit, you're going to be fucked. So that's the first step, is get a business license. You can apply for it online, and it's free. Go to your county clerk and your city hall to get that information. Now, these are really all you need to kind of get your business off the ground if you're a sole proprietor. And this info is not going to apply for LLCs necessarily. Those processes are a little different because you have to apply for your LLC, apply for your S Corp, that kind of thing. But once you do those 3 things, get your business license, get your DBA, get your seller's permit, the next step, and this is the really important step depending on what you're doing, is, but you want to go make a website, okay? Getting a website up is super crucial, because if you're selling a product or service, people are going to ask you about your website. You're not going to be able to learn about your company if you don't have some sort of internet presence. So these 5 tips were helpful. First is get a business license. Second, get a seller's permit. Third, get a DBA. Fourth, acquire a domain name. And fifth, put up a website. Once you have these 5 steps done, you're officially ready to go and start your business. And I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Peace.